Welcome to the Mile High Coatings Podcast, where we elevate your spaces to a new peak in quality. Hosted by David Naniga, president of Mile High Coatings, this podcast explores how expert residential painting, concrete coatings, and epoxy flooring can transform garages, basements, patios, and commercial spaces across Colorado's Front Range. So grab your favorite beverage, sit back, and dive into the world of high-quality coatings.
Think epoxy flooring is just for factories and showrooms? Think again. In this episode, we explore how epoxy is transforming residential garages, basements, and beyond. Welcome back, everyone. Nick George, co-host and producer, back in the studio with David Naniga, president of Mile High Coatings. How's it going, David?
It's going pretty good, Nick. How's it going for you?
Excellent.
All right.
Always excited to dive into these conversations with you.
Yeah.
Let's bring some clarity to the world of coatings. Can epoxy flooring be installed in residential homes, or is it only for commercial spaces?
It's certainly for residential applications and actually translates very well over to garages, basements, patios. I think a big part of it is because of the durability and the ease of cleanliness, especially when it comes to a garage floor. We do a lot of fairly large commercial and industrial applications with our polyaspartic coating systems, whether it's just solid color or doing a flake or quartz broadcast. And those are the applications that we commonly do on a garage floor. And so again, we really treat the concrete the same way. In a garage floor, we repair cracks, we diamond grind to prep the floor. And a diamond grinder, for those people that may not know what that is, envision it like a sander for concrete. So most people are probably familiar with sanding, say, hardwood. So if you think about it in the simplest term, it's a sander for concrete that scratches up the concrete to promote adhesion. And that's how we get that long-term adhesion. We can do a lifetime warranty on a garage floor. And so, yeah, I mean, we do way more garage floors. We do probably 10 to 15 garage floors a week. And typically we can do most garage floors in one day. Obviously a larger garage takes longer just because by the sheer size of it. But yeah, and then again, with respect to basements, we have other applications that are really great for basements: dye and seals, grind and seals, concrete stain applications, and other epoxy types of coatings for basements. So yeah, translates very well. The resistance to chemicals, the ease of maintenance, easy to clean are all reasons why people end up choosing concrete staining in a basement or the polyaspartic coating in a garage floor. And not only that, but cost. With patios, again, you have durability, aesthetically. There's some different options that we typically explore with patios.
Are homeowners often surprised by the customizable aesthetics of epoxy? Is there anything new and exciting out that they may not immediately know about that maybe you looked at this 10 years ago?
Yeah, I think at times I always approach it as less is more. Sometimes the number of options for some can be overwhelming. And so that's why doing an on-site consultation is really beneficial, because it gives me a chance, or a salesperson, a chance to really find out what they want it to look like. Maybe they've seen a neighbor or a friend or a relative's project, or they've seen something on Instagram or wherever, and that's the look they're going for. And so it always helps to be able to dial that in. But I think, yeah, sometimes for people that don't know, it's a very abstract concept, and then you start presenting them with a few different options, and it can be overwhelming and probably surprising at the number of different options. I mean, a garage floor, for instance, the number of flake combinations is essentially endless, that you can actually customize your flake blend if you wanted to. I've had customers that have done Denver Broncos flake colors and whatever, team supportive or whatever, just different color options that may not be available, as a stock color blend. Yeah, there's a lot of options for sure.
What are some unexpected benefits homeowners and people that own commercial establishments discover after the install that maybe they call you back about and go, wow, I would have moved faster if I'd known it was going to also provide this benefit?
I think probably durability. We have so many repeat customers that we do a garage for, and then they move, 2 years later or 5 years later or whatever, and then they immediately, that's like becomes one of their must-haves. It's one of those things that once you have it, you don't want to not have it in your next home, because I think probably how easy it is to clean, and when it is clean, it essentially looks brand new. So I think probably people know it's durable, but I think even that still surprises them, like, wow, it really is durable. And I think maybe part of that comes from maybe people that have either tried or seen a DIY application, and those don't last. We redo a lot of DIY floor applications because they peel and they look terrible after 6 months or a year. And so I think maybe that surprises people that, wow, it really does last. When you have it professionally done, it looks great for, as long as you own the home.
How does epoxy handle Colorado's climate, especially the freeze and thaw cycles? A lot of people wonder if there's a different approach to this in Colorado garages versus Florida garages as far as the thickness and the content of the coating. Is it all the same and it just handles it just as well?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think maybe during the install, that's certainly a consideration, but once the coating is cured, it handles it very well. Concrete is a really good insulator, and so of course you have freeze thaw. A lot of times the freeze thaw happens in the ground. Again, the concrete being a good insulator, it doesn't have that wide of a temperature swing as you would, air temperature or ground temperature. And so once the coating is cured, it's really probably no different across most climates. I will say probably the biggest difference maybe is the UV intensity that we have in Colorado. UV, ultimately the sun is going to break down anything if you leave it exposed long enough. So we usually talk through that with people and make sure that they have the right application for their project. And we always take that into consideration.
Well, David, we really appreciate the deep dive again today. You made it clear that epoxy isn't just tough, it's versatile and stylish for the home too. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
Thanks for tuning in to the Mile High Coatings podcast. Ready to give your space a fresh, durable finish? Visit milehighcoatings.com for a free price quote or call 970-314-1023. At Mile High Coatings, we're not just painting walls, we're setting a new peak in quality. Until next time, keep your standards high and your coatings higher.